Hello everybody, Willie Guevara here, Sapir FX, and today is Tuesday, March 13. What we're going to do today is we're going to analyze the market for the euro dollar. We're going to conduct what's called a multiple time frame analysis, where we look at the daily chart, we look at the 4-hour chart, the 60-minute, and down to the 15-minute to identify our buy and sell levels. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the daily chart here. Okay, we're gonna create a new chart because this one is all you can hardly see because it's all marked up. Okay, so not a problem. We just create a new one on the daily and apply my template. The template I use is the Willie box, which is the strategy I trade. Okay, there it is. And let's go to the daily chart. So you can see how fast the whole process went. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just look at the daily chart and observe. Actually, let's go ahead and start with the weekly chart. Okay, in this particular case, weekly chart means one candle is actually 1 week of data. Okay. So on a weekly chart, you can say that we're in a downtrend on the euro dollar. The lows are getting lower, the highs are getting lower. Okay, so we're clearly in a downtrend. And if you look at the last three candles, you see the pattern here. What do you see, guys? I see a lower low 3 consecutive weeks and a lower high 3 consecutive weeks. This is a double top tweezer top. Very nice place to short. I think we shorted this 2 weeks ago when we launched the room from this area. So let's go ahead and look at the daily chart. So definitely the bias is to the downside on the weekly chart. Chris, can somebody show Chris how to make the chart bigger? I think you can click the magnifying glass, the plus sign. Okay, so on the daily chart now, you can see that the downtrend continues. The bias is still to the downside. All right. So the highs are getting lower, the lows got lower, but now price has to prove it because the last 3 lows have gotten higher. So one can conclude that looking at the daily chart, we have a mixed bag. The highs are lower, which is bearish, but the lows are all higher consecutively. So this is bullish and bearish. Okay, no question there. Okay, so where do we go from this? It's not very clear. It can go either way. In fact, the last candlestick today, it's a doji, open and close at the same price. Okay, so from this you also see that there's a wick to the downside, meaning rejecting the move to the downside. So let's go look at the 4-hour chart. And what we're doing here is reading price action. That's all I do to form my basis to whether we're going to be going long or short today. So on the euro dollar, we have a 4-hour chart here. What is this chart telling us? Well, there's this is not quite a double bottom. This is a lower low. Yeah, again, you get a mixed bag here, lower highs and higher lows. But this one is lower, is a lower low than that low. So definitely my bias is to the downside now, slightly to the downside. And the only concern I have is this little whoopsie-doo here, which doesn't belong here. Because to be in a downtrend, this high should be lower, and this high was lower than that high, lower than that one. This one should have been lower, but because this thing erupted out of nowhere, gives us a red herring. You know, this could easily go above. Okay, but because this, so we have a higher high here and we also have a lower low here, not the kind of candle formation that you want. Okay, so let's go look at the hourly chart. So on the hourly chart on the euro, what do we see here? Yeah, we were on a downtrend. Like I said, this low, the low yesterday took out the previous low of 130.90, got taken out to 130.70s. So now we've cycled up. So what's gonna happen here? Well, again, if you look at the lows are getting higher. You got a mixed bag. The highs are getting lower. So you have a mixed bag, and this can go either way. Now the high today in the euro is 130, 191. I can see buying a higher high on a breakout. If price breaks 130, 191, it looks like I want to buy it. And at the same time, if price breaks the low today in my broker is 130, 144. If it breaks below, I want to sell it. So it's like right now the range of the euro is about 50 pips. It's exactly 47 pips for today. That means the high and low. Let's navigate to the 15-minute chart. Okay, so 15-minute chart is where I had all my write-ups and everything, all my notes. Okay, so this is where we are, guys. Like I said, this is our current box. We have two boxes here. This is the top box. An aggressive entry on a technique called advanced Willy box would be a break of 130, 155. That would be an aggressive entry to the downside. The conservative entry is to wait for a lower low, break of this box, and this change of polarity line, which is a support zone. My support zone is at 131.43. So an entry of 31.41 is good. A sell stop there, targeting 131.10. Okay, and that's 30 pips. That's good enough. And if it breaks to the upside, this was our target from yesterday, the 31.90. Basically, we can change that, and so the possible buy stop is above that. $1.31. My high is 91.9, which is 92, so about 94, 95. Remember to adjust your spreads because everybody's got a different spread. Okay. So that's my game plan for the euro. A buy stop there, targeting 132.40, and a sell stop 130, 31.41.